Welcome to Hyperphysics. In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss a powerful trick in statistical mechanics that you can use to solve questions in MCQ as well as theory questions. So let's get started. In order to understand this powerful trick, first we have to go through an important theorem known as the equipartition theorem. The theorem states that each quadratic degree of freedom in the Hamiltonian will on average possess half kBt, an energy half kBt. So how to extend this idea on numerical problems? So I will discuss a couple of questions. So the first question is like this. A classical gas of molecules, each of mass m, is in thermal equilibrium at absolute temperature T. The velocity components of molecules along the Cartesian axes are Vx, Vy and Vz. The average value of Vx plus Vy the whole squared will be. So we are asked to find the average of Vx squared, Vx plus Vy the whole squared, right? The average of this quantity. So if we are going to expand this thing, we'll get the average of Vx squared plus average of Vy squared plus 2 times average of Vx and average of Vy. So first we look at the average of Vx and Vy. So it's saying that it's a classical gas. So, and let's say I have an ideal gas in a container, and if I'm going to say I have n number of atoms, then if one atom is having a velocity v1 in this direction, there will be some other molecule or atom that is having a velocity v1 in the opposite direction, such that the average of the velocity of the molecules, the average velocity will be equal to 0, because it's a vector quantity, right? So by this idea we can easily write that the average of Vx will be equal to average of Vy will be equal to 0. So this term and this term will be equal to 0, right? So the average of this thing, I'll write it once here, average of Vx plus average of Vy the whole square average will be Vx squared plus Vx squared average plus Vy squared average, right? So now we are going to apply the equipartition theorem. So let's say the Hamiltonian, we have this is a two-dimensional system, right? So the Hamiltonian will be, and this is a classical gas and it has no potential energy, it's not mentioned in the question. So the energy or the Hamiltonian will be, I'm going to write as energy, will be half m Vx squared plus half m Vy squared, right? So by this equipartition theorem, this states that this will contribute for an energy of half kBt, right? And this will contribute an energy of half kBt, right? So this whole thing, I mean, for Vx squared, if I am going to substitute like this, what will be the average of Vx squared, right? We need to find the average of Vx squared as well as Vy squared. So in the first case, I'm going to write half m Vx squared is equal to half kBt, right, by equipartition theorem. And also here we have half m Vy squared will be equal to half kBt. So if I'm going to find Vx squared, it will be kBt by m, and this will be Vy squared, that will be kBt by m. So the average of Vx square and Vy square also will be kBt by m. So I can easily write for this one, the average of this quantity will be average of Vx squared will be kBt by m, and average of that will be equal to average of Vy squared, right? Because this is the same thing by the equipartition theorem. So if we add together, we'll get 2 kBt by m. So that will be the answer for this question for Vx squared plus Vx plus Vy the whole square average. So By using this technically, we are doing this. By using this beautiful equipartition theorem only, we are doing this problem. So I'll discuss one more question here. Okay, now let's look at another question. We have the Hamiltonian of a classical non-linear one-dimensional oscillator is given as h equal to p square by 2m plus lambda x raised to 4. And the specific heat of collection of n independent such oscillators will be. That's the question we have to find, right? So it's given that the Hamiltonian has p squared by 2m plus lambda x raised to 4, right? So we are going to apply the equipartition theorem, but here you can see that we can just by equipartition theorem, it states that we have quadratic terms, right? The quadratic terms in the Hamiltonian will contribute a half kBt of energy. So we can see that there is one quadratic term, that is p square by 2m, that will contribute a half kBt. So that is for sure. I'm going to find the average energy first. That's why I'm going to do like this. So the average energy will be half kBt contribution from p square by 2m. So what about this lambda x raised to 4? So before doing that, I'll just go through one more thing. If the Hamiltonian would be p square by 2m plus lambda x raised to 2 or x square, then the average energy by equipartition theorem will be half kBt plus, for this one is also a quadratic term in the Hamiltonian, so it will be half kBt. So this will be kBt, right? But here it's lambda x raised to 4. So how to find lambda x raised to 4 kind of things, or x raised to 6? That will be a problem, right? So in this case, what we have to do is, we know that lambda, we have to find the average of lambda x raised to 4. That will be lambda of x square and average of x square, right? So it's an average of x square and average of x square, right? Another x square. So the average energy, I'm going to write like this. This will be half kBt for the first term, and for x square we know that it will be half kBt, right? So what about the other x square? For other x square, it will also have a half here, right? Logically, if you think like that, this will divide into 2, like lambda x raised to 4 will be lambda x square contribution will be there, lambda another x square contribution will be there, right? So this will contribute, one quadratic term will contribute a half kBt, and other will contribute half of the half kBt. So this will be energy will be half kBt plus 1 by 4 kBt. That will be 3 by 4 kBt. And now we are asked to find the specific heat of this collection, right? So the Cv will be dE by dt, right? So Cv will be just d by dt of 3 by 4 kBt. That will be 3 by 4 kb, and for n number of particles, this will be 3 by 4 nkb. So this is the answer for this question. So option C is the correct answer. But if you're trying to do this question using normal partition function method, and by solving the integrals and something, this will take a lot of time to do, because lambda x raised to 4, there will be a lot of other integration like gamma integral and all there, and it will take a lot of time. But this is the power of equipartition theorem.